Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are going to walk the Upfield to Somerton Railway link. So we're walking this about 1 kilometer abandoned piece of track in between Upfield Station and Roxburgh Park, which used to be Somerton Station back in the day. So we're going to walk this line, look at some of the sidings, talk about some of the history, look at what else is around there, look at the railway remains and see what we can find and what's still there. So let's dive into the video. Roll the intro, let's go.
The abandoned railway link runs in between Upfield and Roxburgh Park. It's called the Upfield-Somerton link because Somerton used to be a former station just south of Roxburgh Park station. The adjacent goods yard and standard gauge loop crossing remain with the Somerton name. The line has opened and closed on a few occasions, but sadly it ended on a close, and it remains abandoned to what it is today.
Alright, so we made it to Upfield Station. We are looking at the bridge and the railway that's going straight to Somerton. We're going to have a quick walk now and we're going to explore. Let's go do it. Alright, so we're at the back end of Upfield Station and the line. This is the way to Somerton, and back this way is Upfield Station, and we've got the railway bridge crossing the creek here as well. Just walking onto the bridge now. That's the yard to keep the trains, and this is the creek that's going under the bridge. I can't remember the name of the creek. I'll put it up on the screen now. But yeah, this is a pretty nice spot. If you guys can see, the fish plates are actually a lot closer together than they would be with the normal track and normal sleepers, probably for axle loads to maintain the weight and make sure locomotives can cross the bridge safely. And it wouldn't be an abandoned exploration video without a lot of blackberry bushes, so that's going to get in our way a lot today. Alright, let's begin the walk up to Somerton. This little section of the track is pretty clear at the moment, but it's gonna get full of bushes and I have to walk around. There's like a little side path there which we'll walk up if it's too crowded and too overgrown here. Bit of electrical wiring here, probably for signals, warn the trains, or anything on the line. Got one of the old telephone wires here, and the active line, the electricity pole is running to Upfield Station. So it's come pretty far out into the abandoned section, and it ends just about there. I've got some washout here. Sleepers have fallen away. Actually, that's still holding on somehow, anyway. And then looking straight down the railway track, got one of the balks on the track there. And it's pretty clear up ahead, so we're going to walk this entire bit instead of walking on the side path. Here's the balk, and the ballast underneath is all washed away as well, and that's just sitting pretty. Bit more washout. There's the rails so far underneath, and we're actually walking adjacent to the creek that's over here, which goes under the bridge back towards Upfield.
There are a fair few sidings on the line, all to accommodate the factories and the freight trains. The first of these factory sidings that we see is the old Ford one. The cars used to be transported onto the train and freighted out. This siding was closed in 1989.
Right, in the distance there are a couple of points that probably lead into the old Ford siding. So we're going to go into the Ford siding first and then follow the other one and see where that second point leads to. Got another telephone line there. Alright, so we're just coming up to the Ford siding now. That is the rail bridge that's crossing over another creek and a river into where the Ford building used to be. So just walking up now, and what looks like where there could have been a point switch which has been removed. As you can see, the sleepers extended pretty far way out and going somewhere that way. Just coming into the old Ford siding, and we've got a derailleur. Western Cullen Hayes. Cool. So the rail line has two lines that come off the main into the siding, and we've got the two tracks here that eventually run into And yeah, these are the two gates that go into the Ford factory, and they're open. And so far, the few videos I've seen that these gates have always been open. So let's go have a quick look. So right here, we've got another telephone line. Still got the wire attached to the other pole over there as well. And you see the two tracks that lead in eventually spur off into 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks. And in the gate over there is where the tracks used to run to the old factory, but the rails have been ripped up. So that's all getting renovated now. And right here, piles and piles of sleepers, and I don't think there's any track in there, but it's all sleepers that have been ripped up from where the sidings all used to be. And they go pretty far down. Like there's piles of sleepers all the way down the back end from where we came from towards Upfield. And yeah, probably guys noticed already, but all the points and levers have been removed from every single one going into the siding here. I don't believe there's much left. I think there's 2 on the line that are still remaining, which we'll find and try and throw them. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's left, just the track itself. So from here we've got another siding that goes off into the bush there, which could have been linked to the other track that we think sped off down the back, but it's hard to tell. We can't really see any other track. But yeah, this is towards Upfield and this way towards Somerton or to Roxburgh Park. So next to the line here, we've got a bunch of old cement mixers from the back of the trucks laying here in a pile. And yeah, pretty interesting. That's next to the railway line. And yeah, just some more telephone wires and poles sticking out of the ground here along the line. I think I've got to get off the tracks, guys. There's a train coming. So the line here that does split off, it's hard to tell, but we're thinking it's standard gauge going off onto the right there, but the width of the track looks like it's broad gauge going along, but the line does continue along here, which could have been the standard gauge track, but I don't know, the width is kind of broad gauge to me, so we'll keep looking. If anyone knows in the comments if this is where the standard gauge line starts, then leave a comment below. Just continuing on the track where it's 2 tracks towards the curve. I think this is the only curve on the line towards Roxburgh Park. Got some weird green stuff on the ballast. It's like really hard too. Oh well, don't know what it is. It's like rubber or something. Alright, so just looking straight down the line, from just what I can see, that this outer line and the inner one here is the standard gauge line, and that one there and the other one is broad gauge.
Yeah, it was so windy, so I'm just going to talk over this bit. So basically what we're looking at here is a running loop running around the train from the main line, and we've got 2 tracks that go into the siding, which is to, well, what is now empty land and a construction site, but I'm guessing it was to another business, another factory, to have trains running into there and coming back out towards the Somerton end.
First set of points here, and there's the second one just over there. This is a cool little spot. You got the 2 points, the telephone wires, and keeps going straight down with standard and dual gauge track. So let's keep walking towards the end of the line.
In 1962, the line was converted to dual gauge to allow for standard gauge Melbourne to Sydney freight. The standard gauge line was no longer in use as of 1998.
Alright, so we're just behind the Vicey, the paper company, and got the level crossing here, which doesn't have any level crossing signs and no warnings, no signals, nothing. It's just the railway line itself going across in between all the factories here. So yeah, and all the telephone lines are still up. I think they're going along the whole way of the railway line, which is pretty cool. Everything's still intact very well. But yeah, and the railway line itself is all shiny because cars are driving over this every day. We've got another siding over here, standard gauge on the left and broad gauge on the right. So just line side here, we've got a couple of wood posts with a pulley system on it, probably for an old semaphore signal or something just along the line, maybe down there or a little bit closer up here. But yeah, we're getting pretty close to the main line, as that's where this line ends, and that is the cragieburn line. So that is the cragieburn line there. Not going to get too close, but the signal and the end of the track is just right there. It's where the line ends. And there is another spur off just over here going back, which we will go around and explore and go back that way, back to Upfield. So this is the end of the other siding, and next to the main line, just about somewhere here, was the old Somerton station. As in the distance, probably can't see it through the bushes here, but Roxburgh Park is just past the bridge there. Got the railway signal, which is still active and still on blue, and we've got the box here to signal that you can't take a train here. So we just got to the end of the line, but we're going to walk a little bit further down just to explore what's left of this little siding over here and see what else is left. So there's another spur off track here coming off from the two lines over here. We've got a fence just alongside here, and we've got a line that's going into absolutely nowhere, but we've got like a little, what I thought was a point switch, but it's not. It's called a catch to derail the trains from going onto the main line. Alright guys, that is the Upfield to Somerton link. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe, and a thumbs up would be really helpful. If you want to follow me on my socials, follow me on Instagram or TikTok, and I've also got a Facebook page now as well, so please check that out. I'll leave the links in the bio. I'll leave the link in the description below. So we'll see you in the next one guys. Take care and peace.